Welcome, everyone. My name is Randy Anderson, and I'm delighted today because we are bringing to you part four in a four-part series on the release of our new product, Probio Balance. Probio Balance will become available on a pre-sale July 24th, and then we'll be looking to ship this incredible formulation sometime in the first part of August. But I just want to say this. As we've been going through this and doing these recordings, this discovery and training series, if you would, the information's starting to get out to more and more people. And I know in talking to our Product Research Council members here that a lot of health professionals are starting to hear this story, and we're getting comments like, "Hey, there's nothing like this on the market. This is not duplicated anywhere." And I think everyone, if you're listening to this, I hope you'll really take that to heart. It's not Modexus saying it. It's not me saying it. It is health professionals out here that are in the natural industry. They're in the functional medicine industry, and they're saying, "Wow, Modexus is about to do what?" So Probio Balance, and we are labeling this the gold standard in clinically proven probiotic metabolic support. I've almost got that where I could say it without even looking. It's a mouthful, but it's a very important statement. We've also been discussing promotes healthy gut microflora, enhances optimal lipid levels, lowers dietary cholesterol absorption, and there is a separate recording discovery video for each one of those key points. I hope you're taking time to go to the Modexus YouTube channel, find the Probio Balance playlist, and take time and listen to these. Because if this is something that interests you, good gut health is so important. Good digestion is so important for so many functions of our health, heart health. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, good health starts in the gut. We are hearing that more and more. And, if this is important to you, please take time and listen to these recordings. So today, part four, the final part of this four-part series, supports cardiovascular health. Very, very important. So with that, I'm going to turn this call over to Product Research Council member Alan Ogden. Alan is up in Vancouver. Hello, sir. And I'm going to give the floor to you, and you're Mr. Excitement on this product, so it's all yours.
Well, thank you. And just to pick up on what you said there, I have a naturopathic cardiologist that I see, and I presented her with the information on Probio Balance, and she literally said to me, in all her years of practice, she's been practicing for about 25 years. She has never seen a product like this, and there is not a natural product to lower cholesterol that they, as professionals, can rely on, like a single entity product like we're talking about here that does what this product does. My message today, though, I'm going to talk to the ladies. I have a specific message for the ladies. In the realm of health, I suppose that the number one concern that most women have is with cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, some kind of cancer. And we often ignore the fact that cardiovascular disease is still the number one killer of our female friends. And we don't really know the reason for that. We're looking, there's lots of research into that. We don't know, we can't say this is the exact reason for that. Men will often have a heart attack and survive. Unfortunately, with women, they usually have one heart attack. So I have a theory about that. I'm just going to share it because it does play into Probio Balance. And we know that when cholesterol becomes oxidized, it changes into a different form, and that can form plaque, very hard plaque. And when that plaque explodes, we get clotting and we get cardiovascular disease that can result in a heart attack and death. So one of the ingredients in Probio Balance is ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha, maybe some people know about it, maybe somebody don't, maybe they've heard about it, maybe they've heard that it's, one of these things, it's an adaptogen, it's got a long history. But ashwagandha is a tremendous product and tremendous ingredient for the reduction of the oxidization of LDL cholesterol. That's just one of its functions in the body, and one of the things that has been attributed to ashwagandha. There's some other things that go along with ladies as well in ashwagandha. It's very difficult for women as they get older to maintain the function of libido, and ashwagandha has been known to do that, and that could be a direct result of a lower functioning of the cardiovascular system. We don't know that for sure, but that certainly could play a part in that. But my message is, ladies, I know you go and you have your estrogen checked, you have your progesterone checked, you have all these things checked. Please start having your cholesterol checked as well, because I have a book sitting on the shelf behind me here. It's called The Silent Killer, and it deals with this fact that we just don't pay enough attention to our female friends and their cardiovascular system, and this can sneak up on them. High cholesterol, high LDL, and then the oxidization of that can result in sort of tragic consequences. So not only do the plant sterols have a direct effect on the reduction of cholesterol and the oxidization, but ashwagandha is a powerful ingredient to prevent this oxidization of LDL cholesterol. We also know that in women, as they get older, cholesterol tends to creep up on them. And we don't know why, but it tends to creep up on them. And that's why this book, The Silent Killer, because we're not used to looking for it. Premenopausal women don't really worry about it at all. And then postmenopausal, just kind of in the background. So I really wanted to bring that to the forefront today, that cardiovascular disease is a very large problem in our female population. It's still the #1 killer, and we have a product that directly addresses what can be the root causes of this cardiovascular disease in women. So that's my message today, and I'm going to just turn it over to Dr. Rouse now.
Hey, Alan. Oh, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to work with you. I get excited when I hear about what's coming. Probio Balance. Today, I'd like to talk about Syndrome X. If you're taking notes, write on your piece of paper. Just draw yourself a big letter X. On the front label of Probio Balance, it's going to say metabolic. And that's the key to this whole cardiovascular outcome. What is in this one unique standalone product, a very special cardiovascular product, is a combination of 3 probiotics, ashwagandha, and the sterols. Putting those together, this is going to be the ultimate one product taking care of metabolic syndrome. Decades ago, we would call it Syndrome X. So now you got some homework. You need to start Googling and learning and researching. Metabolic X, Syndrome X, whatever you want to call it, it's fine. But we've got the answer because we're nipping it in the bud. We're fixing the problem from the root cause. On the letter X, right up there on the first point of that X, write down blood sugars. What happens is insulin, that's the major hormone for keeping blood sugars regulated. But when insulin tries to get into the cell, ding dong, hey, I'm here. When insulin comes to the door, it gets resisted. Insulin resistance is a no-no. That's a very deadly cardiovascular problem, insulin resistance. Because when insulin resistance occurs, blood sugars go up. So now, yeah, our patient has a high A1C on their blood test, and on their morning blood sugars, they're high again. 150, 200, 250, 300, too high for good. Yeah, I understand that medical doctors have a prescription for that high blood sugar. But wait a minute now. We're talking about getting at the root cause. So when you deal with the root cause, hopefully everything gets corrected without having to write me another prescription, take another pill. On the other part of that X, over here at the top of this other X, write BP, blood pressure, because every time insulin resistance occurs, your systolic and your diastolic are going up. So everybody who has insulin resistance is going to ultimately have a issue with systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Yeah, I know. They can write you another prescription, an ARB, an ACE inhibitor, or something else, trying to bring something back down. But wait a minute now, hear me out. We're going to the root cause, metabolic. We're correcting what's causing the blood sugars to be out of whack, the blood pressure to be out of whack. On your letter X down here in the corner, write down high lipids. Lipids, that's another name for fats. And these lipids go by the name of cholesterol, triglycerides. Ooh, and here they come. When those babies go up, things have a tendency to get very stiff and very congested. And when that happens, you're prone to other difficulties, from blood clots to heart attacks to strokes. So it's definite that we got to take care of the very low LDL and the LDL, those lousy rascals. But at the same time, we want the HDL, the healthy one, to come along and tote the bad ones, the LDL and the VLDL, out of here. So we're going to the root cause. Probio Balance is a metabolic nutrition. It deals with syndrome X or metabolic X, because when you deal with insulin resistance, you're dealing with blood pressure, you're dealing with lipids. And with this nutritional product, we're taking care of the bad lipids and letting the good lipids remain. See, a lot of times you write me another prescription drug for a statin. Oh, it's taking down the good and the bad, and that's not good at all. So we're out of whack. Now, what happens if you leave this go and you let it be too long? This metabolic syndrome, syndrome X, not only causes people to be diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, but their omentum, that's the shield right there in their belly, the omentum begins to accumulate these bad fats. And the next thing you know, you got a lot of belly fat, which then kicks back to the liver, and the liver gets fatty. So you see what metabolic syndrome is? It's blood sugar, blood pressure, blood cholesterol, and belly fats. Did you hear what I said? It's a metabolic nutrition. It's a functional medicine. It goes to the root cause. No, you don't need a metformin. No, you don't need an ACE inhibitor. No, you don't need a statin drug. And no, you don't need a diet pill. Because when you deal with the root cause, which is in Probio Balance, now you're dealing with the whole spectrum. Syndrome X is going to take a back seat. Metabolic X is going to begin to be erased. When that happens, and people go for their annual physical, their blood work, A1C, their blood sugars, their triglycerides, their cholesterol. See there? It's proof. Now you see, now you've got something to show your doctor, your physician, because all you're doing is making a lifestyle change. It's just like saying, oh, I'm going to eat better, I'm going to exercise better. But I guarantee you, even better than those betters is the better than good Probio Balance. There's no product on the world market like it. Modexus owns it. It's unique. And we have an obligation to these millions of people that are hanging out under Syndrome X or Metabolic X. Let's nip it in the bud. We can do it. And we can do it safely because guess what? Probio Balance will cause 0 side effects. Do no harm. You sure can't say that for that prescription drug that the doctors wanted to write for you. Come on now, think about it. It's just making good common sense. Probio Balance.
Well, thanks, Dr. Rouse. And I want to pick up on what Dr. Rouse has said. I know I focused on ladies and his explanation there for women who are on some of those medications. You need to read the side effects. A statin drug increases the risk of stroke dramatically in women. And we do want to get you into a place where your body's handling it naturally. Now I want to go to the men as well. You know, it's one of the things that that really has, I guess, bothered me in my practice over the years is the difficulty of getting men to actually go get themselves checked out. And it's a lot easier to prevent and get to the root cause than it is to treat. So please, if you're 50 years or older, see your doctor, get a baseline, get your cholesterol, get your triglycerides, get your C-reactive protein, get your A1C, get these numbers. These are controllable things. These are things that we, you, me can take control of. And I want to set the expectation for Probio Balance. People are going to take it and they're going to say, well, I didn't really feel anything. You don't feel high cholesterol. You don't feel high triglycerides. You might feel high sugars. They'll cause some challenges. But there's many of these things in Syndrome X that you don't feel, but your body is dealing with, and they can be very, very tragic. So please, ladies, men, get a baseline, get your cholesterols, your A1C, your triglycerides, your C-reactive protein, get these markers checked because you can control them and you can take better, you can manage your health better. And Probio Balance is going to give you the tool to do that. It's something you're going to have to take for 60, 90, maybe 120 days, depending on where you live, because where I live here, you can only have those tests done under our Canadian system every quarter to half year, and the government will pay for them, and maybe where you live, it's different. But it's essential that you get them checked, get a baseline, and then get it checked again. And I think you're going to see exactly what Dr. Rouse said, a dramatic change in your interior health. And that's what we're looking for. So back to you, Randy.
Thank you. Thank you to both of you. And I'm so happy that we're, that we're setting the right expectations for this formula. And Christian, if you want to bring all three of us up on the screen, I'd appreciate it at one time. I couldn't help but sitting as I'm listening to this, and I'm not thinking about, oh well, we've got a home run product, we're gonna sell millions of bottles. That isn't what I was thinking. You want to know what I was really thinking? I'm listening to Syndrome X, and listening to, we got to get to the root cause, and going through my mind one by one were all the people in this world that I love the most, the people that are closest to me, and the impact that this is going to have. And I mean that, guys. And I hope if anyone listening to this, I hope you're really paying attention, because that's our focus here at Modexus. And we care. We say Modexus cares a lot, and that's as I work every day with this company, I mean, that's the culture we want to create. And I'm sitting and thinking about all the people that are closest to me that battle Syndrome X, which is almost everybody. This is a product that's going to be a game changer. This is a product that is going to save a lot of lives. I'm just going to say it. It is. It's going to have a dramatic impact and just, help a lot of people that lead a better quality of life. And I want to thank both of you. And of course, there's a team of scientists, behind you. I mean, it's been a team effort to pull this product together. And I'm saying this because we're concluding this 4-part series, but I want people that are listening really stop and think about the impact of what it's taken to pull this together. And it just, the gratitude that I have and all of us here at Modexus have for both of you for catching this vision and for seeing what is possible here, because there's nothing else out here like it. This hasn't been done before, but we have the science to back it up. So it's very exciting. Now, I also want to close out by one other thing, because we have another flagship product that's near and dear to so many of us. And if each of you could take a few minutes, and what's going to happen? Do we even know yet when people are using both Probio Balance and our Lana flagship longevity together? The synergism. I just wanted you guys to take a couple of minutes and just talk about that. And I think the importance of using both of these products together.
I'll let Dr. Rouse go first on that, and then I'll have a couple of comments.
Thank you.
Hey, that's good. One thing about the Lana longevity, it's very enriched with over 1,000 milligrams of glutathione enhancement. Glutathione is the master molecule. It travels through each and every cell. Now, think about this. You're taking care of blood sugar. You're taking care of cholesterol, triglyceride, bile acid. All that stuff is chemistry. Glutathione passes through the cells, and as it goes through the cells, it attracts everything that's not belonging there, and every toxin and every overused chemistry goes out with the glutathione. So now you have a product that can clean you up, and you have a super product that can clean up the mess that's left behind. So there you go. Do no harm, no side effects, and the body feels very spiffy when it gets all cleaned up.
Yeah, that's a fact, Dr. Charlie. That's a great way to explain it. I just wanted to talk about this. When you have the belly fat and your liver, and about 50% of our glutathione is in our liver. So our liver is the landfill site of our body. So we need glutathione. We can do all these great things. We can get to the root causes, but ultimately we want to have a very high functioning liver to clean all of this material out of our body, to keep us functioning. And one of the things that is a challenge is most people don't look at liver enzymes. They don't take these things seriously until they're a problem. So once again, if you have high belly fat, you automatically can assume that you have some challenges in your liver, and it's heading towards fatty liver disease. And glutathione is the thing that's going to really perk up your liver, along with the milk thistle and longevity and the other ingredients there. So these are dynamic, synergistic. We're going to take care of the root causes out in the cardiovascular system with the blood sugars, etc. And then we're going to pass glutathione. We're going to get it right down to the liver, right down to where, like I call it, the landfill site. We're going to have a nice clean liver, which can function. And you will notice a difference in energy and in lots of ways, clarity of mind, less foggy mind, etc. When I just think we're going to see some tremendous results with these products together, even more than we can anticipate, and even more than we can look at science and say, oh, this should happen or that can happen. I believe we're going to see the results of that in a very tangible way as people report back to us as they take these products together.
Well, there you have it. Modexus on the move. You hear us say that a lot, and I think everyone would agree. We are on the move with the impending launch of Probio Balance and adding this world-class, unique nutrition to a lineup that's already very unique and world-class in its own right. So, and again, I appealed to you earlier to really think deep about this and the impact that it can have on your loved ones, your health, and just quality of life in general. So there's a lot to think about here, but it's definitely important to do just that, get to the root cause and And I think you'll love the results that you're about to experience with Probio Balance. So, Dr. Charlie, Dr. Allen, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. Guys, this is a wrap on the 4-part series, Probio Balance, the gold standard in clinically proven probiotic metabolic support. So that's all for now. We hope you'll share this content and share it often too. By the way, you could go to the official Modexus YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe so you're notified whenever we post new content. But you will find a Probio Balance playlist, and you'll find these recordings. And take the time, drop us a comment if you like what you hear. Even if you have any questions, you can drop a comment if you want. But make sure you take time and share this information. That's all for now. Until next time, stay healthy.